Super Cloudbuilt is what we call third-person action rocket parkour. We're trying to take parkour to the next level by adding jetpacks. And you can run on walls, boost on the walls, and like jump and double jump, and like dash on the ground and such. And you can chain all abilities, and really, it's a big focus on skill and like growing as a player. The character has all abilities from the start, so it's all about your skill and your growth.
Wow. So this is, I mean, your character at the beginning has all her powers, and you're able to complete these levels with minimal abilities, with minimal powers, right? And so what you're really going to do is you're going to replay these, you're going to get more skills, and you're going to learn as a player.
Yeah. So like after the tutorial, you have all the abilities, but you can then power up more if you want. You discover, like, explore the levels. You can find more power-ups, but all those are optional. You can't beat the game from the start with those abilities.
Well, that's really cool. That takes you on a journey as a player. I like that.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the UI right now, and the bottom bar is your like power, your energy that you have for your jetpack and sliding. What are the like yellow and blue boxes on the bottom?
That's your ammo. Like you have a main fire and you have alt fire, and you also can charge the main fire to have a shotgun blast.
All right, so I think we see the weapon, but we haven't seen any enemies yet, so I'm wondering who she's going to be shooting at.
Yeah, there's not a lot of enemies in this level, but you have a lot of robots, of like turrets and like walking ones and like hovering drones and like, yeah.
So this is a good level to like understand the mechanics of moving around from wall to wall, if you want to slide or use your jetpack.
Yeah. So this is one of the early levels in the game. Like after the tutorial, you can play this one, and it gets a lot more complicated later on.
Is there only one way to progress through each of these levels?
Oh, no. It might sometimes look like one or two ways, but there is at least like 5 or maybe 6 paths. Depending on how good you are, you start to see the world differently and like see, oh, that's actually a way you can do that, and you can use the grenades to grenade jump. Like there's a lot of tricks in this game. Like the skill ceiling is almost non-existent, I would say.
Well, especially, I mean, you're going for a faster and faster time every time you play this level.
Yeah. And like that's the story mode is have no pressure on like time. You can take your time, explore and such. But then we also have the ranked mode where you have different rankings, but also online leaderboards and can play against other players at times.
Okay, actually, can you tell us a little bit about the story mode? I think the story mode is kind of what I most read up on. Is like, she's just an amazing soldier. She wakes up and you have to put this whole story together, right?
Yeah. So, like, you're a wounded war veteran that's gone through life-saving operations of cybernetic implants, and you wake up in this world and don't know what to do, and really where you are. But it's about making sense of the situation and coming to terms with where to go in your life after.
So is the story going to emerge in its own story mode, or can we learn about the story through these competitive levels and through these challenge modes?
It's the same levels, but you have the hub world, you return to between them, and that grows and changes as you clear levels, and you unlock more about her thoughts. And it branches out towards different endings as well, depending on what levels you clear.
You know, I really like the progression of this level, the movements, and there wasn't any like enemies on the early part of the stage, but as it progresses, just on this one stage, you can like, the first monster you ran into was a beetle that didn't attack you, but you understood, okay, I can shoot this, and then now I know how to aim and shoot. Everything's kind of like, you're learning it as you go. There isn't any kind of like instructor being like, now jump to this wall and move over here.
Yeah.
That's really cool, and I think platformers, especially 3D platformers, have an ability to kind of teach the player without actually teaching them, if that makes sense.
Yeah, we're really going for that. We want to give you minimal instructions, but we have like a hint system that kicks in if we discover that, oh, well, you're probably struggling with this in the early levels, but as soon as you're through the tutorial, you get no hints. You're on your own. Yeah. And like you said about the enemies and such, they get pretty crazy in later levels, but we don't have 2 late levels here to show you, but yeah.
So this is the home world we're going to be navigating from, this hospital space here, and every one of these doors is going to take you to a different level.
Yeah, and it grows. Like there's over 30 levels in the game, so like there's a lot of explore.
Why is she going from a hospital to this like ruined, decrepit, like, but also kind of scientific-y, like a spaceship? Where is she right now?
Yeah. She's in her mind, and like there can be reasons for it, but we don't usually go into the details. But again, it's a lot of interpretation, and Yeah.
Will we understand when we beat the game?
You might. Like there's like you don't need to beat all the levels to clear the game. So it's up to interpretation, like I said. And I've seen, yeah, like leave it like that for now, maybe.
Well, it sounds like, I mean, you guys know the story. You have it within you. You've been working on this for so long. What did you really want to tell gamers? Like, who did you want to find this game, and what did you want them to take away from it?
Oh no!
It's probably mostly about personal growth. Learning to know your own strength and know your limits, but also to push them. And the story is really about pushing those limits and like, yeah.
And so how does the game incentivize pushing? I mean, obviously, we're gamers. We want to beat it. We want to get to the end. But, you know, how do we grow along the way if we're not, you know, getting new abilities or something? What's the incentive to keep improving?
That's actually exactly how you grow. You don't gain new abilities. It's your own abilities that grow. And like we are placing small hints and extra stuff you can do inside that encourage you to do more and push yourself. It's optional, but you can do it. And then the levels get really hard in the end, so you need to really learn the game. Like some games, I feel like you don't really need to know them before you can clear them. But in this case, to beat the end levels, you actually need to be good at the game.
So this is a trial by error learning game. You play and you die, and you play and you die until you play and you don't die.
Are there bosses and mini bosses?
No bosses.
No bosses. Okay.
Yeah. And like you can do the trial and error way because there's instant respawn. Like if you press the Y button on the Xbox, you just instantly respawn. But you can also take it more slow and explore and like find those power-ups we're talking about. So you can make the hard levels easier, but it's require more investment in like exploring and finding things.
Do we find out how Demi got these powers to begin with? Because she is quite a talented lady.
Maybe.
You guys are very mysterious. Well, you do have a hands-on here at PAX, right?
Yeah.
What do you have here for gamers to play at the event?
So everything is here is playable on the event. So this is the event demo, and you have the little cut down of the intro level, and then you have the tutorial level, and it's open up the hub where you can play 4 other levels. And this is a special mode. This is one of the challenge modes. You can see the energy bar now is, as soon as you touch the surface, it's full energy. So it's really stressful because you need to clear the level really fast when you have this mode. And you can try it out, but it's super hard because you've not played this level before.
So for the hardcore gamers, they're going to like perfect their execution of these maps and then compete each other online to who has the best time.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
That's the end goal for this game. It might not be the story mode per se, but being able to just like master the craft of jumping from one wall to this wall and hitting this exact pixel and getting like a time 30 seconds shorter than anyone else.
And the leaderboards.
The ultimate reward for me is more like being really good at it feels good, and but then also playing against other players is awesome.
What have some of the gamers here at PAX been saying after they've had a chance to play?
Reaction is it's great.
Yeah, it's been incredible.
Yeah, I couldn't ask for more of it. Yeah.
What systems is it going to be on?
This is for PS4, Xbox One, and the PC.
Awesome. And when is it going to be available?
This summer.
Ooh, okay, right. Yeah, that was in the commercial, wasn't